Taking a look at basically some of the updates that we're getting from as this time goes by. You can talk about the ramifications when it comes to security and political ramifications. There have been calls for people to testify before Congress to talk about what happened here today and what they, well, you know, obviously it's difficult to talk politics here, but they're talking about asking them to explain where the failure happened with the FBI, but I think that this is a situation that's a little difficult to follow.
Yeah, you mean with the infrastructure?
Yes.
Yes, the infrastructure. Now, of course, Mayor Mitch Landrieu. Yes. It's been a long day. Yeah. Former Mayor Mitch Landrieu later became the sort of infrastructure czar for the United States. Right. Now, Landrieu is the one who coordinated the bollard project that had those bollards installed on Bourbon Street to, in theory, prevent an attack like this from happening. Right. Now, there have been questions about whether or not those bollards have been really worthwhile or functional since they were installed back in 2017, 2018 timeframe. And that's when Mitch Landrieu was mayor. So I think there are going to be a lot of questions for him in particular about whether or not that project was done adequately and sufficiently, whether or not more should have been done. And secondly, of course, you know, we heard questions asked of Mayor LaToya Cantrell. Why is it taking until now to try and fix those if that is a problem when we have the Super Bowl knocking on our door? Right. And the Sugar Bowl this weekend, obviously, New Year's Eve, all these major events that are happening. You know, we do know that they just got a big chunk of money from the state to carry out these infrastructure projects around town because of the Super Bowl. So that's why they now, excuse me, now have the money to do it. There must be something in the air in the studio. Yeah. You know, in this situation, everybody's going to nitpick and ask those tough questions because people want to know if there's a way that this could have been prevented.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think a lot of people are asking if this event could have been prevented. And you know, I think that it's important to ask all those questions, like what could we have done, and what do we need to do moving forward? That's why I question exactly what the security protocol is going to be, because we have a lot of people who are questioning if those bollards and what you're seeing now, the movable bollards, and if you have something that people can just push to the side and do whatever they want to do with, which I'm sure law enforcement won't allow that to happen, but if you have things that they don't feel like will prevent an attack like this from happening, then what can you put in place? And you also have to think about the fact, Governor Jeff Landry said something, and this is very much a reality, anything could have been the target of a terrorist attack. Yes. And so you have the fleur-de-lis drop that was in Jackson Square by Jack's Brewery. That could have easily, of the people that were gathered there to watch for that, could have easily been the target of an attack if someone wanted to try it. So it's unfortunate that you don't know necessarily when this is going to happen. That's when you can rely on maybe intelligence to kind of catch that before it gets this far. But since this has happened, I figure what lessons are we going to learn from it so that we can make sure that if there are attempts from this happening again, we can at least try our best to prevent it.
I think you said something very key in that there are questions about whether or not there were intelligence failures here. Right. If there were any red flags that were missed. If this was, in fact, a terrorist attack, as we believe that it is, that may have ties to some sort of extremist organization and terror group, then what were the intelligence failures that led to this? And I think those are some of the bigger picture questions that are going to be asked in the coming days and weeks. Yes. Right now, the big question is, who were the other people that the FBI believes were involved in this attack? Yes. Where are they? And can police and law enforcement catch them? And